let's have 3, then let's change 3, then let's 3, and then let's if into bracket, let's say a, what to me, let me use num1. If num1 is greater than or is equals to, let me say num1 sol tab console.log, and then display some num1. Let's display num1. Let's concatenate with a sentence kidogo. Some use the largest number into bracket tuweke maybe num, ndiko easy kujua ilikuwa num1 ama. So next I'll just copy this one. I'm always lazy, napendanga vitu haraka. So then hapa we'll change the if the else. So we'll use the else if alafu I change to num2. Now hapa tutatumia num2, and then num1, and then num2 alafu num3 is correct. Then else alafu hapa tuta call the num2, not num3, then num2 alafu let me kwanza terminate this, alafu let me copy. Okay, copy, let me paste it here. Then let's change to num3. Then num3. So let me explain. At first, a sector kwanza mnajua how it's done. We are requesting the data from the user. So the user has to input the 3 numbers. The baadaye is going to compare which number is the largest among the 3 values. Okay, so in this example, the first condition checks if num1 is greater than or is greater than num2. Okay, so this AND operator, the AND operator ensures that both comparison between the num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3. We have the num1 here ambayo itaitisha from the user, then we have the num2 ambayo itaitisha from the user, then we have the num3 itaitisha from the user. So this this first condition, we have to check if num1 is greater than num2 and num1 is greater than num3. So the two comparison have to be must be true for num1 to be true or to be the largest or to be considered the largest. Actually, to be considered the largest. So for this num1 to be true, it must be greater than num2 and num3. The same applies to the second condition where we check if maybe 2 is greater than num1, that num2 is greater than num1, then num2 is greater than num3, and then after it will be executed if num2 is greater than num1 and num2 still is greater than num3. That's when num2 will be executed. So num2 is the largest, then num2. Then else, if the 2 fails, then we'll go for the else one, the third one, that's num3. If the first one, maybe for example, num1 is greater than to num2 and num1 is greater than to num3. If maybe the values don't match, we'll go for the else if. Else if num2 is greater than num1, then and num2 is greater than num3, then console.log we output num2 is the largest number, then else if the two conditions, the first two conditions fails, then we go for the num3. So let's save this, let's save it. I'll have to come back to this one. I think this one. Okay. So if nikiaka, let me cancel first, alafu. Let me cancel, alafu. We open the console tab. Open the console tab. Okay. And then this. Acha change then iko hapo. Let me increase nimuone vizuri. 0 is the largest. So let's now so tukiweka 34, for example 34, and then just a minute. Hapa wacha to change hapa ndiko ni 2, then 3 tuweze kudifferentiate, then save. Let's come back to then tuweke num1, maybe tuweke 34, then tuweke num2, wanatutisha num2 number 2, ni tuweke 45, and then this one tuweke 12. So to enter 45 is the largest, that is num2 was the largest. So it will have to check. Okay, it will check among the 3 values entered by the user, which one is the largest among the 3 values. So after you may decide, which one, I may check the condition, which one is the largest value or the largest number. That's when it will display that 45 is the largest number. Okay. So hapa refresh then same like tuweke, for example, this was the one total display was num2. Wacha tufanye num1 ikwe maybe 67, and then num2 tuweke 34, actually 34, then num1 tuweke maybe 33, then we display. So 67 is the largest, that was num1. So it will check among the 3 values which one is the largest. So after you may check which one is the largest, that's when it will display the largest among the 3 values. Hope nimeeleza popo na kila mtu atafanya nini ataelewa. And maybe let me age. Let me use another example, age. For example, let me delete this one first, then delete, then to me age, maybe some let age, then let's request data from the user. Some age is equals to prompt. You can either use the keyword prompt amo add hapa the window.prompt, and can work the window.prompt, so don't get confused. Nikiandika hivi then nikiandika hivi, unaweza tumia window.prompt ama tumia prompt peke yake, so it depends na vile utataka. So into bracket enter the age, okay, and then terminate. Then age is equals to number. Let's read that age as a number, then semi age, then let's check. So if maybe the age, if into bracket age is greater than or is equals to 1 and and age is less than 18, then display, let's display console.log into bracket display young, semi young, okay, semi young. Tunasema actually tuweka hapa 11, 12, 13, tuweke 12, 13, tuweke 13, yeah, tuweke 13, less than 13, then semi young stroke child, terminate, and then kuja hapa tuseme else if the first one fails, It's okay. So if the first one fails, tunaenda for the second condition. Age is, if age is greater than or is equals to, age is greater than or is equals to 13, and age is less than 18, and then let's display the following message. That's console.log into bracket, and then let's console.log, then tuseme teenager. Yeah, tutumie teenager, and then let's let me copy. Napenda copy. I'm always lazy. Then let's paste it there, and then tuseme hapa, tuseme it's greater than or is equals to 18, and then hapa tuseme youth wanafikanga mpaka tuseme 35, less than or is equals to 35, less than or is equals to 35. Tumie hivyo. Then tuseme youth, yeah. Tuseme hapo youth, alafu else paste, then tuseme it's greater than or is equals to 36, then less than adult, tuseme less than 60, or is equals to 60, and then how atakuwa adult like that. Then tuongeze if ya mwisho maybe else if ya mwisho, then tuseme age is greater than or is equals to 61, then less than 100, less than or is equals to 100, then old, and then to print else. Sasa ya mwisho, if none of the above ikiwa entered, ita display message gani? So log into bracket, maybe not in category, then like that. Yes, here we go. So the what? So in this example, the first condition we have to check if the age, okay? If the age entered by the user is between 1 and 13, if the age is greater than or equals to 1, and that age is less than 13, okay, we'll have a message in our console tab, young child. If the first condition fails, we go for the second condition. So if age is greater than 30, is greater than or equals to 13, and age is less than 18, then console.log bracket teenager. We want to display if maybe the user enters the age between 13 to 18, we get a message in our console tab, teenager. And then if the first two condition fails, we go for the third condition. If age is greater than or is equals to 18 and age is less than or is equals to 35, then we have our message in our console tab, youth. Else if the first three condition fails, we go for the fourth condition. If age is greater than or is equal to 36 and age is less than 60, so the age between 36 to 60, that's when we'll get our message in our console tab, adult. Else, if age is greater than or is equals to 61 and age is less than or is equals to 100, console.log. So we display our old, or we print old. Then else, if if maybe the user enters something that is not within this, how many conditions are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 conditions. Then it display not in category. So let's save and then come back to our page. Where is it? Our page. So to tukiweka 1 or 2, then we display utasema ndio hii hapa, not in category. Let me zoom ndio watu waone. Mbona hizi so tukiweka ukiweka like anything that according to hiyo condition tulikuwa tumecode huko ndani, kwa Visual Studio Code ita display not in category. So let me refresh. Nikiweka 1 the display young or child. Let me refresh. Nikiweka 13, okay, taletea teenager. Nikiweka ilikuwa nikiweka 23 ama 32 taletea youth. Then nikiweka something more than 35, that's 36, taletea adult. Nikiweka something 61, taletea old. Anything between 60 to 100, taletea adult. Old, actually it's old. Nikiweka 67, taletea old. Nikiweka 70, taletea old. Nikiweka 80 itaniletea old. Nikiweka 23, hata nikiweka 23 itaniletea youth. Hapa tunaangalia kwa console tab, hapa kwa console tab. Okay. So that's how we handle our AND operator in JavaScript. Tuko pamoja. Mtu ako na swali? Mali tumefika hapo, mtu ako na swali? Kama uko na swali, uliza. Kama uko na swali uliza. Okay, since kila mtu ako na swali sasa. Hakuna mtu ako na swali, kila mtu ameelewa. So that's how we handle our AND operator in JavaScript. It's very easy na in kama tu kwa C, kwa wale wanasoma C, does AND Fibian na Victoria. So naona iko very similar, but the only difference ni how to display and how to declare. Okay, in C and C++ tulikuwa tunatumia like the int age. Okay, alafu tunasema pale sijui print instead ya kunini hivi at window.net tulikuwa tunatumia kitu kinaitwa print na mambo na scanif. So let's let's talk about the OR operator. Let me turn to this one, then to the OR operator. The OR operator, which is represented or denoted by the two straight lines. Then is into quotes. Sorry. Okay. So the OR operator. Sorry. The OR operator is denoted by the two straight lines. So the OR operator, this operator is normally used when maybe you will do what? You want to execute a block of code if at least one of several conditions is true. That's when this that statement will be executed. So it's particularly useful when maybe dealing with scenarios maybe involving strings or text. Okay, so maybe for example, imagine maybe you are building a system that checks maybe if a user's input matches any acceptable formats or values. For instance, let's say we are validating a user's response. So maybe to a question where maybe multiple correct answers are acceptable. So let me present an example. Yeah, or simulate. Maybe simulate response. Let response. Okay. Maybe simulate response is equals to yes. You can either use the double quotes or the single quotes. Any. That depends na vile unataka. Sema itumia yes. Okay. Then I terminate. Then sema if let me minimize this, allow to work ani hapo kwa better. Songesha hapo. So nataka muangalie the console tab. Let me save this one. Okay. So nikuja hapa niseme if this response is equals to, tunatumia the strict equal comparison. Ile nilifunza, was it the first lesson? Yeah, tunatumia the strict comparison. So niseme into bracket, niseme mama nitumia, let me use the single quotes, niseme yes. Okay, if this yes is equals to true, and then or the two straight line, or response is equals, actually acha nini hii. Okay, at least hapo mnaona sasa poa. And then is equals to maybe seme nipatiane hicho yaanza na capital letters, yaanza na capital alafu hizi zingine small letters. Later nikuja maybe niongeze or the two straight lines, or and then response ni hapo tutarudi kwa baadaye. Response, maybe response is equals to capital letters. Sasa it capitalize, tuseme yes like that, and then maybe a display, tuweke display ni tuweke display.log console.log into bracket, maybe tuweke affirmative, tuweke maybe affirmative, maybe response detected, maybe detected like that. Okay, else tuweka else ila kucheke ukiweka kitu kingine tofauti na hiyo. Console.log into bracket, tuseme console.log tuweke response not recognized. Okay, response not recognized, terminate. So let me explain the code. So now the OR operator, in this case the OR operator allows us to check if the user or the user's response matches any of the acceptable variables, yes, after the yes. Okay, so this makes our condition flexible and accommodating to different forms of inputs. Okay, if the user maybe enters the small yes, this small yes, okay, or the one in the lowercase, if the user akiweka the yes, itakubali. If the user akiweka, for example, user akiweka the capital, actually let me use instead ya kutumia, let me just say this one, alafu tuitisha the data from the user. Response is equals to prompt into bracket, enter maybe the response, enter the response. Okay, terminate. Let's read this. Response is equals to string into bracket response, because it's a string, and then like that. So first, let's see if it's running. Let's print affirmative response detected or response not recognized. Let's come back and then say yes. Okay, so we have our affirmative response detected is working. Let's now come back to our code and explain. So nimesema so if the user enters maybe yes or this yes in small letter, then the one we need to capitalize the first letter, or the one in capital, you want equal in capital. So the condition will evaluate to true, and the message affirmative response detected is displayed or will be displayed in our console tab. Okay. So if none of the three, yes, the first yes, the second yes, and the third yes, if none of these, maybe if these conditions are met, this else block trigger, it triggers, and we'll have to notify maybe the user that maybe their response is not recognized. So nikiweka anything apart from the three, maybe the yes, the first yes, the second yes, the third yes, will get a message or a notification here, response not recognized. If akeka the first yes, or the second yes, or the third yes, will get a message saying that affirmative response is detected. Okay, affirmative response detected. If none of this condition is met, that's when we'll get a response not recognized. So let me go back to my console tab, and then refresh the page. Then anything is not yes. Niseme like my name Ahmed. Okay. Then I click OK. It will let a response not recognized. But nikiweka in capital letters, it will let affirmative response detected. Nikiandika the first one in capitalize, then seme yes, affirmative detected. But nikikuja niweke for example yes, okay, hivi alafu hivi, tanipatia response not recognized, because kwa our code hapo kwa code tulisema tu yes, tulitangulia the small letters, yote iko in small letters, then hiki in small letters, then hii iko in. That's why we come to our console tab, then check yes, but small letter, then capital letter, like that. We have the yes when the Y is in capital, A is in small letter, then the S is in small letter. Then I click OK, we'll get a response not recognized. So that's how the OR operators work. Maybe kama unataka kuongeza, you can still add useme or maybe or response is strictly equal to maybe same that here ni, for example, like this hivi, unaona vile inakaa. Then save. If I save, then come back to our console tab, then niweke vile nilikuwa nimesema yes, like that, itakubali affirmative response detected. So that's how the OR operator is represented in JavaScript. Na nilisema mwanzo wakati nilikuwa nasema it's mostly useful when dealing maybe when we are dealing with strings or text. Unaona hapa tunadina strings, we are dealing with a string or a text. That's when it's mostly useful. Okay, so next let's talk about the OR operator, the NOT operator. The NOT operator. So the NOT operator in JavaScript, it's normally denoted by the M. It is denoted by the exclamation mark. The exclamation mark, a symbol, into quotes. So it's denoted or represented by the exclamation mark. So the NOT operator in JavaScript is used to invert the truth value of a condition. If maybe a condition is true, so applying the NOT operator will make it false, and vice versa. And this operator, the NOT operator, this operator, the one between these double quotes, this operator is particularly useful when maybe you want to execute a block of code only if a certain condition is met. Okay, so maybe consider a scenario maybe where you want to form an action only if a string is not empty. So for example, let me hapa, then maybe let f name, let f name Let me use the username. Let username. Example, let username. Then some username. Username is equals to, let's prompt the user to key in some text. Then some to key in the name, the username. Then some enter your username. Enter your username. Then let's terminate. Then some username is equals to string into bracket username. Then terminate. Oh, sorry, about to quick is equals to, like that. Then some if into bracket, then exclamation mark or the not operator. I remember tulitumia, was the other day on Saturday, tulitumia sana on Saturday time tulikuwa tuna check the strings. If maybe una enter, maybe for example, if maybe una enter your name, then include, ujaribu include maybe a number. Unajaribu kumix your name and the number, utapata kuna kwa na data exclamation mark ya kuinvert. Okay, nimesema is used to invert the truth value of a condition. So maybe if alafu the not operator, if the username like that, if it's not a username, then some console.log into bracket, some please enter your username. Then like that, else let's display else console.log into bracket. And the console inatumika for debugging purposes. Console sorry, not to say for example username accepted. Username accepted. I love, maybe we can just call the name, maybe for example, your name. Sorry, let's concatenate or let's join. Your name. Your name is like that. Let's now call the username. So what I track up a full stop, equal better full stop. And then so let me explain this code. So this part. So that part or that exclamation, the note I love the username, it normally checks whether maybe the user variable is empty or false. If maybe the username is an empty string, the not operator makes the condition true, and the message please enter your username contains please enter your username is displayed. If maybe you enter, sorry, I can't call me choker. If maybe the username is maybe for example, let me go back to the string, then I refresh the power, then I click OK, we'll get response not recognized. So if we, sorry, I took save huku, sorry, I took save huku. Enter your username, then okay, please enter your username. Why? Because the not operator, it checks whether the username variable is empty. If maybe the username is an empty string, the not operator will make that condition true. Okay, and that message, please enter your name, will be displayed in our console tab. If the username is entered, in that our input box, this is an input box. So now this is an input box. So if maybe the username enters anything, maybe a kakajina, anything maybe or a character, we'll get a message, username accepted, your name is so. So let me come back. Let me come back then niseme niandike Ahmed, then click OK. Italetea username accepted, your name is Ahmed. Unaona? So tulichukua the username, our message, your name, then tuka concatenate the nini, tuka concatenate or tuka join na the name entered by the user. So actually hapo we are not supposed to nini, because hakuna kitu tunashikanisha hapo. So it was supposed to be like that way, but it is okay, it's acceptable. So nikiklik okay bila kuenter anything, itaniambia please enter your username. If I key in something or input maybe my name, it can be either my name or let me say Jacob, and then click OK, username accepted, your name is Jacob. Kuna mtu ako na swali kufikia hapo? Kufikia hapo mtu ako na swali? Kuna swali? Okay, I think kila mtu ako sawa. So next, that was the time we had men with around less than 40 minutes, I think so. So let's now transition or switch to switch statements. Switch statement. Napenda kuiweka sana ni bracket na case. Switch statement. So now in switch statement is used maybe if we have multiple, maybe for example, instead of using so many if else statements, I'd rather maybe use the switch statement. So when maybe there are often situations where maybe we need to make decisions based on different conditions. Okay, maybe the traditional way to handle multiple conditions is using the if-else statements. However, when dealing with many conditions, this approach can become cumbersome and hard to manage. So this is where maybe the switch statement becomes useful. So and it provides a cleaner and more readable way to handle multiple condition branches. So switch statement is actually a control flow construct that allows you to execute different blocks of code based on the value of a given expression. It normally evaluates an expression once and then compares its results against different case labels. Maybe for example, when it finds maybe a match, okay? When it finds a match, it will execute the corresponding block of code. If maybe no matches are found, it can execute a default block. Hope tuko pamoja. Maybe nipeana tena example, maybe for example maybe let's imagine maybe you are at a restaurant, and you need maybe to order a specific dish on your preferences. Maybe for example you have several options on the menu and you want to choose the right dish. Instead of just listing out a long series of conditions to check each dish, you could maybe use a switch statement to make your decision-making process more straightforward. So maybe for instance, for example, if you choose maybe kuweka chapati, for example, you choose chapati, okay? You will get chapati. If you choose maybe omena, you will get omena. If you choose ugali, you will get ugali. So this can be maybe compared to the switch statement, maybe where you match the given value, maybe ugali, that dish utakuwa umepewa, maybe to different cases and execute the relevant code. So with that said, let me explore how maybe a switch statement can be used with a common scenario. So maybe nitatumia example inakwanga common sana, inakwanga maybe let's determine maybe the day of the week. Let's now determine the day of the week and assume maybe we have a variable representing the day of the week as a number, maybe 1 for Monday, maybe 2 for Tuesday, and so on. So maybe we can use a switch statement maybe to print out the name of the day based on these numbers. So maybe for example niseme what, niseme maybe let day is equals to 3. Let me say let day is equals to 3. Then same switch, the keyword switch into bracket, we want to switch the day. And then open the braces, okay? Then inside the braces, write the keyword case 1, and then console. Let me just write the code, then I will explain. And then console, maybe for example Monday, it's Monday. Maybe say 1 is Monday. Upper sorry is a full colon. And then let's terminate. Then let's break. And then some case 2. Actually, let me just copy. If it's a good type, I'm Toshanga. So let me paste. So before we proceed on, some upper 2, upper 3, upper 4, upper 5, and then some Tuesday, Wednesday, then Thursday, Friday, then tuongeze another statement. Some 6, is it 6? Yeah, 6. Then it's on Saturday, and then Sunday 7, then some this on Sunday, and then to work if maybe if akiweka maybe 8, 0, 9, 10, whatever, itamleta maybe to make the default the keyword default, then console dot log into bracket, please enter a valid number of day, maybe of day, so maybe, and then like that. Let me resize. I hope resize like that. So let me explain the code one by one. So in the first, let day is equals to 3. This the day we want to check. Maybe 3 is equals to maybe Wednesday. 3 is equals to Wednesday. So this the day we want to check the 3. So the first we have we start with initializing by, maybe we start with a variable day which holds the value for the day. Okay. Then initializing happen, and then the next the switch expression, we use the switch expression statement to evaluate the value of a day, or the value of the day, or the value of day. And then the case matching. So this switch statement, this switch expression whereby now tuko na day, whereby tunataka kuswitch kwa days. So it checks each case value. Unaona, we have the case value 1, 2, 3, 4. Na kumbuka hapa tunaweka na full colon, the 2 full colon huko mwisho. Ukiweka kitu maybe for semicolon itakuleta error. Unaona hapa script.js imeturn into red because that's an error. So unafikwe full colon. So it normally checks if maybe each case value, it checks each case value to see if maybe it matches the day of that, the value of the day, for example, whatever. So in this case, day is equals to 3. We have the day is equals to 3. So it will match with case 3. It will match with case 3. By case 3, sorry, let me undo. It will match now case 3 to have the Wednesday, to Wednesday. Hapo tuko pamoja hapo hivyo, fikia hapo. And then tuko na break, the break. So break inatumika, for example, inatumika ngaje the break? Okay, mtaona vile the break nitakuja nitoe the break, alafu muone vile italeta output yake itakaa. We have the difference between the break and the continue. So break it, for example, maybe now that we have, for example, we have case 3 ambayo ina hold Wednesday, so kama hapa kwa initialization tuliweka day is equals to 3, tuliweka initialization let day is equals to 3 hapo, alafu na we have our case 3, our case is equals to 3, the value here is the case, alafu we have the values. Okay, so ikifika hapa alafu na kwa initialization tulikuwa tumeweka 3, it will break, itaachia hapo, haitaendelea ku execute, itaachia hapo, it will break from there. Tukitoa this breaks, all of these breaks zote tuzitoe, itatuletea all this output. Unaona, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that's why lazima tuweke the break. So maybe tukiweka 2 itafika hapo, hiyo 2 itafika palafu ina break, inapeana the only, inapeana Monday as the only output. Kama tulichange hapa tukiweka 2, itafanya hivi, ikifika kwa 2 itabreak hapo kwa 2, but itapeana the only statement given to that value ya 2. Unaona, like that. And then hapa hivi we have the default value. The default, if maybe none of the case values above match the date, the default block is executed. So it handles unexpected values by maybe printing invalid day, or please enter a valid day. So if I run this code, then come back to our console tab, we have our day. Then tuko na day as case 3 Wednesday. We have the Wednesday, me print Wednesday. Nikichange hapa nika 1 itanipatia Monday, then save, itanipatia Monday. Naona, nikichange niweke 5, I save, itanipatia Friday. Where is Friday? Friday is here, itanipatia Friday. Naona. So let me wacha nitoe this breaks, wacha nitoe the breaks, alafu muone the output nitaka breaks. So, breaks, the break. Then I save, itaniletea is unaona, where is any we got much itaniletea Friday, Sunday, please enter a valid number. Most of the ukitoa the break hiyo ni ita so that is it. So that's how we normally use the switch statement. The switch statement in JavaScript. So maybe let me undo this stuff. Okay, wacha tuitishe the data. I prefer kuitisha the data because hapa ni malutani. For example, day, and then tuseme day is equals to window dot prompt into brackets, enter the day, terminate. Let's now read the day. Day is equals to number into brackets day, and then terminate. Okay, save. Then let's come back to our console tab. Nikiweka 1 tanipatia Monday. Let me refresh. Nikiweka 2 tanipatia Tuesday. Nikiweka 5 or 7 itanipatia Sunday. Nikiweka kitu yenye iko between 1 to 7 tanipatia, for example seme 9 tanipatia please enter a valid number of day. Unaona, so that's how the switch statement is used in in JavaScript. Let me give another example. Let me provide you with another example. Tumie what? Tumie example ya max. Let me check the max. Okay, so hapa maybe to change niseme max want to use the operator nini, the logical operator, one of the logical operators max, and then max mechoka akili max, alafu hapa, so hapa hivi nitasema acha ni eliminate stuff yote shit, and then hapa tuna switch kwa max, just max. Watu wananisumbua, watu wenye nilitoa kwa nini, watu wenye nilitoa kwa group, I had a reason why. Jumini maswali mengi tumefanya kitu hapa hivi online, then tena unakuja kwa nini kwa DM kuniuliza vitu, it's like you want tena to have another lesson with you tena kando. So niko na vitu mingi zenye nafanya, hata na mkianza kuniingiza sijui tumemaliza tena, you want miss, unataka tena to have a lesson with you tena baadaye, hiyo na unilipi kitu. That's ni kama unanifanyisha kazi. That's why I had to remove wale watu wengine, watu wenye hajai attend lesson. Hata tena wananiuliza hapa maswali hapa hivi. So if you need max, if same case, then same hapa hivi tusiweka max, hapa tuweke maybe true. If the max would be true like that, then hapa tuseme maybe into bracket, tuweke into bracket, then max, if max is greater than or equals to 80, and max is less than or is equals to 100, and then full colon, then let's console dot log, and we want to display our input same ni grade A. Okay, itakuwa grade A. Copy then paste. Please. Sina ubana mtu, please. Zigera ni 70 and max is less than or is equals to 80. 79 itakuwa B, then hapa kama 60 sema 60, alafu less than or equals to what, sema 69, then hapa itakuwa C, then D. Okay, then hapa tuseme 59, not 59 actually, maybe tuseme 30, and then less than or equals to 59, D. Now let's save. So nikiweka 867 is displaying CD. Oh, sorry, I forgot kuweka the break. Sorry, akili imechoka, akili imechoka, hata sijui naongea nini, niko tu. Let's break. Now let's save. Check 78. that's B. Then tukiweka 89, that's A. Tukiweka 34, that's D. Unaona, that's D. So hapa hivi tulicheck very straight if true, if the max will be true. Unaona, then that's one like a true. Unaona, juwezi tukiweka hapa max, utapata kitu kweli. Like, let's go back, like 45. Unaona, ina display empty. That's why nime include true. Unaona, tuna include that boolean expression tukaweka true. If the max will be true, okay? If the max will be true, now we'll switch to true. So if max is greater than or equals to 8 and the max is less than or equals to 100, display A. So utarealize hapa mwisho we terminate. Unaona, tuna terminate hivi, alafu hizi ndio tunaweka into bracket. Then tuna display, then we break, and then for the second case the same like that. Hii pia the same process. Hapo unaweza weka the default ya maybe for example akiweka kitu ni for example console.log into brackets invalid max like that, then save. So we can come back to our page, then you can 102, kiseka 102 tunaleta invalid max. Mara nikiweka 0 tanipatia invalid max. So that's how your max may be calculated, napata majibu. So that's the switch statement. Tumaza na switch statement. So next time tutabonga about what called loops. The loops. Yeah. The loops. Mtu akona swali? Hii imechoka hata sijui naongea nini. Nikiendelea nitajikuta nimeanza kuwadanganya, nimeanza kuongea vitu yenye hata sioni au vitu sijui. Hii imechoka. So mtu akona nini? Swali? And before that, let's to agree to. Please, ukikosa nini, ama tuache tu. But ukikosa lesson, usikuje uanze kuniuliza maswali mengi tu kwa ni pale. Let's be sincere. Ukikosa, wewe kwa tu ready kuja next lesson tuendelee tu. Sianza kuniuliza maswali mengi because utakosa utaniambia kama uta attend lesson. Utaniambia kama uta attend lesson. But kuna watu nimepata messages zao akisema maybe due to some unavoidable circumstances watafanya nini na wata attend lesson. Sasa maybe for example nikitoka hapa najua vile nitaorganize, unaona. Sasa ni attend alafu tunaanza kunisumbua huko. You want to have a lesson then another lesson with me. Sio kama utakuwa like unanifanyia kazi mingi. So if maybe ujattend leo, wewe kuja tu ya Kenya sasa. Hivyo sasa ndio tutakuwa tunafanya kazi. Hata kama ni watu wawili, I'll just go with the two people. Then because me nilisema this time round and then. For that so far nimetoa tu sijui ngapi. And they are complaining. That's sijui. Na wajai attend that lesson moja. So imagine sasa for example, I had niko na reason why niliwatoa because sasa tumefanya 2 lessons. Tumesonga mbele. Itatafika huko mbele. Sasa watu wanaanza kuniuliza maswali mengi. Unaona? Tena inabidi tena turedo vitu yenye tulifanya kitambo. Unaanza watakuwa naturudisha nyuma. Nini unataka kujua vitu za mbele na watu wengine wanafanya nini? Wanaanza kuuliza vitu za nyuma. Hatimaye sielewa hapa. You have to attend the first because the first 2 lessons ama the first 3 lessons na kwanga at least you have to attend. Ndio hata ukimiza hizo ngeza katikati it's better. No, at least unajua the introduction, how variables are declared nini. Hivyo. Basi sasa tunaenda sasa ndio kuna kazi. Is just an introduction. But tujafika kwa mambo na data structures, hizo mambo na function, objects, all those stuffs. Nafahamu kwa mnajua nini. So, leo tutaachia hapo because hata akili imechoka. Hata kama sioni screen. Jana kanga kwa hii screen sana. The whole day, the whole night niko kwa screen. So, mtanialau nilale ama nifanye shughuli nyingine. From my visit Wednesday, visit Thursday tukutane, what's that, tukutane Thursday, tukutane tufanye loops. Yeah, tulikuwa tumebakisha loop because we had 3 types of was it 3 types, two types of control structures. Okay, we have two types of control structures. Tuko na hizo in sequence, not sequence, actually not sequence, yeah, itumikangi, but it is one of the type of control structure. But in selection, it can be selection, decision, or conditional dependent. Tunatoka kufanya sasa, tunatoka kumalizia. Examples of the conditional statement or decision statement or selection statement ni hizo mambo na if statement, if else statement, na pia tuko na nested if statement, whereby we have multiple if inside another if. No, tuko na if inside another if, ama tuko na if alafu inside that if tuko na another if. Unaona, si achana sasa na ile else. Yo if tena tuna create another if, hii inaitwa nested if. Tutaifanya one of the days, and then tukaongelea sasa ya mwisho ndio ilikuwa switch statement or the case statement. So next tunafaa tuongelea about loops. Hiyo mambo na execute conditions repeatedly, okay, until a certain condition is met. You execute statements repeatedly until a certain condition is met. Hiyo loop, repetition or iteration. One of them unaweza tumia any kama ukiulizwa, can be either iteration, loops, or a repetition. So examples of the loops or loops, I'm just mentioning the next time tunaanza tu tukiendanga because we don't have time. Imagine tunataka tumaliza hapa tuingie back end na time na tu we only have 3 days per week. No, na time is not on our side. 3 days na 3 days sasa unaona sasa kama the last 3 days ndio wa control structures. So unaona tunafaa tuingie back end. Tukishaingia back end tuingie MongoDB where to store the data, and data zinafaa zikuwe stored MongoDB. But kama ukienda na mimi tu vizuri tu, because on my side mimi na focus na like I'm tackling na the simple thing kidogo, alafu naingia kwa complex vitu zinaka like staka complex kidogo, and then we proceed from there. So tukifika kwa MongoDB data storage, storage of data, wewe tutatumia MongoDB, tutatumia SQL, tutatumia Mongo, kitu inaitwa MongoDB. MongoDB is very easier